Welcome back, everyone, to the Texarkana Bandits Dynasty here on College Football 26. And we had the biggest week in school history last week, and I don't know if it gets any bigger than that, but this week we take on the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs, the newest member of the Sun Belt. And at 5-1, we are one game away from bowl eligibility, and also one game away from being up there with Old Dominion and Southern Miss, still undefeated in conference play. We'll be 3-0 with a win this week. And poor Georgia Southern, undefeated until conference play started. Poor them. As you see the schedule, it's all conference play from here on out, essentially, for the most part. And things won't be getting easy, I'm sure, as Eric Bordeaux still going to miss about 3 more games. That's still a big loss on that offensive line. And Monte Weaver, we know what happened to him week 1. As for the Bulldogs, they'll be without a Sam linebacker, Christian Lando, their top running back, and Funk, their best guard and arguably best offensive lineman. So that means Telly Johnson's going to have to do a lot more work than I think he even normally does. The former 3-star senior is a really good running back. He is their best player, hands down, on this team. It's his 3rd year with a different school here, but 10 touchdowns already and 4.4 yards a carry says plenty about how good he is for them. Defensively, Christian Davis is their top defender. The former 1-star, now senior defensive tackle, is the guy to keep your eyes on. 321. He likes to push guys around on opposing offensive lines. We've got to hope our offensive line looks better than they did last week when they did get pushed around by JMU. 1.5 sacks this season, 5 tackles for a loss, and 14 total tackles. His career high in tackles for loss is 10. We'll see if he gets closer to that today as we're off in this one. It's going to be Bulldogs football to begin, as this one will be returned up to only about the 13-yard line. I don't know why on earth you take that, as we will see how this team fares. The Bulldogs, the newest team in the Sun Belt, and their quarterback wears 34. That's already a big red flag in my book, as the handoff goes to Johnson, and he's going to have enough for the first down to begin things. 1st and 10. They're going to run a bit of no huddle here today as Tilly Johnson goes nowhere there. 2nd and 13. Looking to go through the air as this one is caught. The first pass is good, and that's 38 on a wide receiver. What is with the numbers at Louisiana Tech as the quarterback is hit, and that will bring out the offense. After the incompletion, Douglas Falcon has been the main contributor of the touchdowns for the most part from the wide receiver position. We'll see how this game goes, if it's the air or ground game, as they start with McNeil, and it's near a new set of downs. 2nd and inches. They go back to McNeil, trying to jump over the down man. Didn't really work out, but hey, it's a first down nonetheless. We'll take it. First and 10. Shotgun set. Jayden Hamilton in the gun, takes the snap, screen set up, and Headley Cantu in the ball game gets them all the way to about the 49 of Louisiana Tech, so into Bulldog territory for the first time. They pitch this one out to McNeil. He's got space for the first down and more. So 1st and goal. Or I'm sorry, 1st and 10. We're not that far down the field, dear Lord. But this might get us there as JCP underneath picks up the first down. Hamilton in the gun again. Cantu to his left. Swinging this one out for Cantu on the swing screen, and that one gets him another gain of 9. So 2nd and 1. Hamilton hands off to McNeil right up the middle. He gets stood up just inches shy. And they'll go into the goal line set with Leslie Nile behind him. Nile goes nowhere. And that's going to bring up 4th and 3, and the offense stays out there. They're not going to settle here as that throw is shy and to the feet of the time traveler, Shaq McBath IV. So a turnover on downs, not the way our first offensive drive should have ended, but Telly Johnson goes back to work for the Bulldogs. 2nd and 4. Back to Telly Johnson, who's shocked. I'm not, as he's going to have enough for the first. If your name is not Telly Johnson, I'm not sure if you're going to get the football today. Hand off to Johnson again. He's going to pick up another solid gain. Gain of 8 there. Now they throw the football in 2nd and 2, but the quarterback sees no one. Frankie Edwards the second with the sack. The nickel blitz gets there, and Sutton goes down as it's the first sack of the day there. 3rd and 9. Pressure sent, and that one is off the helmet initially of his target. So incomplete, and back to Texarkana's offense. JCP in motion. They flip it his way on the jet pass. And he's got space. Makes a man look silly on that one, and all the way down to about the 25. It just takes one big play to set you up already. They're already further down the field than they got on their last drive, and it just took one simple jet pass. 1st and 10. Hamilton out of the pistol. Finds his man in Kyrie Brown, who's checked in, as giving a break to JCP in the slot. 2nd and 5. Plenty of time here, and that one's over the head of McNeil, bringing up 3rd down and 5. Hamilton out of the gun, takes the snap. And he'll connect JCP on the diving catch. A lot of effort showed by 0. 1st and goal. Handoff, Ryunosuke Woods, but he goes nowhere. So that'll bring up 2nd and goal. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter of action. As this one's caught behind him, Douglas Falcon, and he'll be shy of the touchdown. But that will be over 6,000 passing yards now in Hamilton's career. 3rd and goal, the last play possibly of the first quarter. Looks like it will be, as McNeil is in. Touchdown Bandits. This time they find pay dirt. And they end the first quarter up 7-0, while pending the extra point, of course. 7-zip takes us to the end of 1, and it has been a big day for Telly Johnson so far. James McNeil has looked very solid as well, but the passing game for Texarkana has been the thing so far. Back to Louisiana Tech's offense to start the second quarter of action here, as they look to go to the air, but down goes the quarterback again. Another sack. This time it's Fabian Vines. And normally in his games, he's already got 10 sacks on the season now. When he gets 1 sack, they come in bunches. 2nd and 16. Pressure sent, but nobody gets there. That one's high, so incomplete. 3rd and 16 now. Sutton looking to throw, and he gets hit as he throws. That one not catchable. So now back to Texarkana, and a flag flies as some quick movement by Bradley Taloni, the tight end. So 1st and 15 after the false start. Going to the air. Hamilton runs out of time, and he'll take the sack. So now they're looking at a 2nd and 24. Play action here. Plenty of time, and that is going to be incomplete. 3rd down and 24. Jayden Hamilton throws downfield. That's caught Falcon. He gets nearly all of it. That's a 20-yard pickup, and the offense stays out there. He couldn't pick up the first 4th down, and they won't pick up this one. Intended for Julian Allen, incomplete. And that will put Louisiana Tech back on the field and in their best field position of the day. Johnson only picks up 1 off that last run. As Sutton takes the snap, it's a screen for Johnson. Telly Johnson is corralled for a gain of 3, and now it's 3rd and 6. Pressure. Kinda gets. There's Fabian Vines was the first man there. Buddy Gordon finished the job. So 1.5 sacks already today for Fabian Vines as Buddy Gordon finished it. So 1st and 10 here now as it's back to Texarkana. They've been able to just win on defense today as nowhere to go for Ryunosuke Woods. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. This one a little too far over for Falcon to get to. Incomplete. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 10. Hamilton cannot connect. Too far for JCP. Incomplete. And it'll bring out Louisiana Tech again. The offense is not doing much right now, as Fabian Vines is doing a lot. That's sack number 2 on the day for him. A total of 2.5 sacks. He is averaging 4.5 sacks in games he gets a sack. I just want to point that out. 2nd and 16. Hand off to Telly Johnson, and he's going to have a good chunk there to get them a little bit back, but it's still going to be 3rd and long as they go play action, and down goes Sutton. Sterling gets there. It has been all about that defensive front right now. Sterling, Vines, Gordon coming in from the middle linebacker spot. They are causing chaos for the quarterback as James McNeil picks up 2. 2nd and 8. Hamilton sets the screen for Miller. He's got room to work with. That's past midfield, up past the 40, down at around the 37. So a good screen for Dennis. Miller now puts them, I'd assume, close to Matlock field goal range, if not in it at this point. We haven't seen Matlock kick a field goal yet today as they've gone for it on 4th twice. 2nd and 7. It's caught McNeil near the sideline as he picks up enough for the first there. 1st and 10. And downfield for Falcon, incomplete. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Hamilton to the air. Wide open. It's Bradley Talone. Picks up the touchdown. There was no one around him. I think the fans were closer to him than the defenders were. So an easy touchdown, easy pitch and catch for Hamilton and Talone. The 2nd touchdown of the day now for Texarkana and the first passing touchdown of the day for Hamilton. As the defense gets to come back out and cause some more chaos for Sutton, is nowhere to go on that screen. 2nd and 10. And Sutton gonna keep it himself. He slides down safely. 3rd down and 4 now. Pressure sent, and that one is caught. So a new set of downs, really the first big pass play of the day right there. As Telly Johnson right up the middle picks up the first and more as he's got another big run. 1st and 10. Johnson gets outside, spins around a man. That's a 1st and more inside the red zone now as he's down to the 10. 91 yards in just the first half. He's averaging 10 yards a carry now after 2 big runs. And off here to the wideout as that's going to be a short gain that takes us to the 2-minute warning. They go back to Telly Johnson as he goes down again. Deron Reed with the tackle. 3rd and 6. Sutton keeps it himself. He's in. Touchdown, Louisiana Tech. If they're not running the football, it's just not going to work. That's all we've seen right now. The Bulldogs do cut this score in half, but what are they doing to do that is kind of the key here. There's still all 3 timeouts here for the Bandits, and an opportunity as Shaq McBeth gets downfield. There's the time traveler on the big pass play. We don't see a lot of those. But the streak works out, and it is a massive pickup for Jayden Hamilton, who right now is looking really good. 1st and 10. He is in a rhythm today. As Hamilton breaks off of the would-be tackle, would-be sack as well, as that's a 1st down run. Hamilton trying to show Vic Sutton that, hey, you can run, I can run too, I guess. 1st and 10. It's an RPO set up for JCP, makes one man miss. That's going to be a gain of 7. 2nd timeout taken. 2nd down and 3 here. Hamilton looking to throw. That one to Taloni. He gets out of bounds to stop the clock. So 1st and goal, 46 seconds left on the clock. Quick throw, Falcon is in. Touchdown Bandits as they score here before the half. Exactly what you want to see from this Bandits offense. That's touchdown number 2 for Hamilton. Number 1 on the day for Douglas Falcon. He's 6th on the season. As pressure sent, and down goes Sutton. That'll take us to the end of this first half, 21-7. This feels like how the JMU game was supposed to go, in my opinion. And conveniently, they do have some decent visits here for this one as well. The main one being Gideon, the backup plan, if they did not get Cortez Mangum, but we know, of course, what happened last week. But given it's a Sun Belt fight, I think they still want to get that win. They've also brought in Steven Rawls this week for a visit, and this could really win him over the Raging Cajuns big time. He's got a visit with them in week 13. And as for David Hobbs, who visited last week, the belief is he's going to commit very, very soon. No one is expecting him to take that Tulsa visit. At least no one here at Texarkana, I would assume. 21-7 at half. And I mean, the defense is a monster right now. We are in full control, and let's hope it stays there. Well, Jayden Hamilton and the offense begin with the football. Can they add to their lead as it's a direct snap here to James McNeil to start things, and it's a gain of 1. He hasn't had the greatest game today. 2nd and 9. They go back to him on the ground here with the inside zone, and it's going to be a gain of 6. That's more like it. And 3rd down and 3. Through the air they go. And it's caught on the mesh pattern by Julian Allen. That's going to be enough for the first. First and 10. Looking to throw. Plenty of time, and that one too high for Taloni. Second and 10. Hamilton takes the snap. It's a perfect time for a screen as Ryunosuke Woods with space gets all the way down to the 40. And this is big. Douglas Falcon is banged up. Now, it did not seem serious. He would not return to the ball game, though. He was out for at least the entire second half, as that one is incomplete. Jayden Hamilton took a shot on that last one. Second and 10, handoff, Ryunosuke Woods. 9-yard pickup there makes it a much more manageable 3rd down and 1. Leslie Niles is in. They go his way, but he is stood up. 4th and 1. Can they get anything here? Leslie Niles does not get there. And for the 3rd time today, they turn it over on 4th down. What we are learning today is that goal line package with Niles, not as deadly as it was a year ago. That's a definite. 2nd and 6. Over the middle, that is caught, but only going to be a gain of 2. So Sutton through the air again. He does hook up with his wide out. That's going to be enough for the first. And surprisingly, no Telly Johnson yet on the ground. Pressure sent. Fabian Vines gets there again. Sack 3. That is 3.5 on the day. This man has been a monster today. They come in bunches for him. If he gets 1, he gets 7.5, I guess. As Johnson doesn't go anywhere there. 3rd down and 17. They're showing blitz. Will they bring it? They will. They bring it all. And the deep shot is taken incomplete. Zach Field stops him with the good old spinal tap animation. 1st and 10 handoff. Headley Cantu here. He's getting a little bit of work today, which is nice. Picks up 9 there as James McNeil checks back in. He'll get the handoff on 2nd and short. He's got the 1st down. And that's going to bring up 1st and 10. Out of the pistol still. Play action. Over the middle. That one is caught. Dennis Miller with the 1st down. He takes over essentially as the number 1 on the outside. And a quick throw here. Simon Badari becomes the new, number 3, essentially, I guess is the best way to put it. As that's going to be close to a new set of downs. 3rd and inches. Handoff here. McNeil has it. And they are killing this clock while just driving down the field. Under 2 minutes to go in the 3rd. As over the middle, that's Julian Allen. He's going to have enough for the first. 316 yards today for Hamilton. 1st and goal. Hamilton, the shotgun. Looks to throw. Screen set up for Miller. Breaks initial contact and down to the 2. Nearly Dennis Miller found himself in the end zone. Handoff here to Woods, trying to power his way to break the play, cannot do so. And he'll take us to the 4th quarter. Throw up the 4s. 21-7. You look at the targets. It was Douglas Falcon before he got banged up. Now Dennis Miller has become the favorite. So 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. I think I know what the game plan is here. It's the QB keeper, and Hamilton is in. So his 3rd touchdown of the day this time is a rushing touchdown. A great way to start the 4th quarter, as that's going to make it a pure 3-possession ball game. And We missed the extra point because I feel like the games are glitching out on me. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm doing anything wrong, but I missed it. Either way, Telly Johnson going down the sideline, nearly went all the way there. Oversold on one side, left him wide open on the right, and he's had a monster outing today, but he's really the only guy you can talk about that way for the Bulldogs. 2nd and 10. Sutton. He's got time, checks it down. That's going to be close, though, to a new set of downs. 3rd and 2. Sutton looks to throw again. He hooks up with his tight end, and that's going to be near a touchdown down to the 1-yard line. And are they going to do the same thing? No, they hand off to Telly Johnson. He powers his way in. Touchdown, Bulldogs. They do make it a little bit closer. So 10:30 left to go here. The starters still out there, obviously, in a 2-possession ball game. And we'll see if they add any more points to the board here. Is nowhere to go for McNeil. 2nd and 8. Had the pistol. Hamilton cannot connect. He wanted JCP in a contested ball there, but he couldn't come down with it. 3rd and 8 now. Screen setup. McNeil has space. A great block downfield. Helps spring him there, as that's going to be a new set of downs. 1st and 10. Cantu checks in. He gets the carry. And that's going to be enough for 5. McNeil quickly back in the ball game. And it's going to be a keeper, as there's plenty of green grass in front of him. To the 20, he slides down at the 15. He knew he wasn't going to make it all the way, plays it safe, and it has been the Jayden Hamilton show today, everyone. A 41-yard keeper. He has nearly 400 yards of total offense today. The handoff here doesn't go far for McNeil. They spread him out now as they are empty. Hamilton sets up the screen. JCP can't haul it in. 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Plenty of time. This one caught by JCP out at the 2. 1st and goal. Can they finish it? They will! Touchdown! Simon Bidari with the touchdown. And it's his first, I believe, of the season with the starters. He's gotten plays with the backups, but I believe it is his first touchdown with the starters this season. So 2-point conversion here. Can they get it to make it 35-14? Hamilton connects. Kellen Morrow. That's good. 35-14. This game is all but over at this point. The starting defense, though, still out there as Telly Johnson fights through the initial contact and picks up a bit more. It was Chase Taylor who got there first. He's got to take those guys down. As Fabian Vines can't get to Vic Sutton, went around him essentially. As that's going to bring up 3rd and medium. Sutton finds his man as he goes down. He lost his footing there. It's a new set of downs nonetheless. Hand off to Telly Johnson. He's got room, and he'll be taken down shy of the mark. 2nd and 2. Johnson again gets brought down by Buddy Gordon. Only going to get 1 there, and it will bring up 3rd down and 1. They are going spread out here, and the tight end picks up enough for the first. Sutton Hands off. This is Hines, I believe, is the backup running back. As that is going to be another nice run for them. Their ground game has worked real well today for the most part. As he doesn't find much there, though. They continue to go quick. Under 4.5 to go. It's a screen. That gets blown up. And it'll be 3rd down and 10. Can the defense stop them? Sutton takes the shot. Field got beat off the snap. It's a massive 1st down. That is a wide receiver wearing 48. What is up at Louisiana Tech? I don't know. 2nd and goal here after the quick throw nearly got him into the end zone. Sutton runs out of time as that is Neal getting to him. Neal Joseph with the tackle. As Sutton running out of time, checks this one down, nowhere to go. And they've got a banged up lineman now. So we have to feast off of that, I think, with a banged up offensive lineman. I like the sound of it. Has pressure coming, down he goes. Guess who? Neal Joseph puts the game away. And Falcon looks just fine right there at least. Let's hope. 353 yards through the air. I believe that Jayden Hamilton, we'll have to see the numbers. He may have had a 400 total yard day. It's close to it at least. Either way, what a day for Jayden Hamilton. Unbelievable. 353 through the air, 69% completion. Nice. 3 touchdowns, no turnovers. The big key to putting bright lights up there. But an absolutely fantastic outing. 43 yards on the ground, so just missing out on that 400-yard total day. 89 yards leads us for JCP. Of course, Miller, McBath, Falcon all played big parts. Toloney with the 1 touchdown where he was left alone. But it was just a good day all around for the passing attack. Hamilton looked sharp. He looked in rhythm. He looked on point. In all honesty, I think it's the best game of college football 26 I have played yet. Let's hope I can build off of that, right? But an absolute fantastic outing by the defensive front, as Hamilton will take home the Sun Belt Offensive Player of the Week, and you can't really be too shocked at that one. Massive outing. No commitments to speak of, though, this week, as now we get ready to head out to face the Troy Trojans. They've given us problems in the past, just like Southern Miss has, and the Raging Cajuns. Can we come through in Week 9? If you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you next time.